Ain't no telling what I'm finna beyond. Hey, hey, I'm beyond all that fuck shit. Hey.
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's Jackmo, man, the guru of Giddy Up. But you can also call me your your prony commissioner. See what I did? PlayStation Pro, PS4 Pro, prony. You'll get it later, man. Anyway, man, we about to talk about what's been going on in this here gaming community, man. But first off, I want to make a couple of things clear, right? Just off the top of the head, so naturally, I'm gonna forget some things I want to address. If it's something that you think I should have touched on that I didn't, leave it in the comment section below. And second thing, I just want y'all to listen. Keep both ears open, man. Listen to what I'm saying. And then make your comment. Yesterday they announced the let's say what they do. Yesterday they announced the PS4 Pro, you know, what we used to call the Neo, right? First thing I want to say is the specs of the Pro is the exact same specs of the leaked documents that dropped in around March. So everybody that's always saying, you know, Sony go last at E3 so they can switch up what they doing. The Scorpio scared Sony. They went back in the lab. That's why they didn't announce it at the E3. Completely false, bro. And that's the same people that said, oh, Sony switched the price of the launch of the PS4 at the last moment. They had about 6 hours to do that. Some of this shit, 98% of the stuff they show at these E3 conferences are set in stone months in advance, and you cannot change that. Think about it like this. And I think I heard Colin Moriarty say that. We're going to get to him in a minute. If they were to change the price of the PS4 at launch, that has nationwide, company-wide ramifications. And they financial reports and all this other shit. You can't change something like that in 6 hours, bro. You just can't. You can't. So they didn't change the specs of the Neo or the Pro after what they heard Microsoft was doing. So all this conspiracy theory bullshit, throw it out the window. I've been saying this. Now, I will say, in my opinion, if they could go back in the lab and change some shit, depending on what Microsoft said, they probably would have. I'm not gonna lie, they probably would have. But what is done is done. With that being said, my opinions on the Pro, it improves the games. Developers can choose how they want to improve their games, their intention of how they want their games to be played, and it improves streaming and sharing quality. So with all those factors, I'm getting it. Now, I do not have a 4K TV right now. I'm looking into getting one. I'm currently gaming on a 1080p Vizio, all right? I'm thinking about waiting about a year, man, because HDR is the new hot buzzword. By the time a year and a half pass, HDR ain't gonna be the new hot thing on the block. And they will be more common to find a good 4K display with good HDR on it. So I'm just gonna hold off on it, man. I ain't tripping off that. What else I want to touch on? Hypocrites in the Sony community and hypocrites in the Xbox community. First, we gonna start with the PlayStation community, right? When they originally announced the speculation of the Neo, PlayStation fans, Xbox, everybody, they kept saying what they kept saying. Sony better not alienate the 40 million of us that already own the PS4. They better not do it. I'm gonna be pissed if they do it. They showed a Pro. They said this is not blurring the lines of a console generation. It's like a mid-gen refresh. You don't have to get it. All games are playable on both systems. You're gonna see some upgrade. First of all, the Pro is 2 times stronger than the PS4. 2 times stronger. And the PS4 is already a pretty nice system as far as these consoles go, right? So there is a difference. But you do not have to get a Pro to enjoy all these games that's coming out, right? Anyway, the same people that were saying that after they showed it, what they say, oh, the Pro ain't a big enough difference. Why should I buy this? The Pro ain't a big enough difference. But you the same motherfucker that didn't want it to be a big difference. But now you do. What sense does that make? So you wanted it to be a huge difference, but you didn't want to be alienated. That don't make sense, bro. It just don't make sense. Okay. Xbox guys. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Xbox fans have never promoted owning physical media. When they first originally announced the Xbox, it was a digital, it was promoting digital games. Play anywhere. Xbox fans always promoting play anywhere. Buy the game on PC or the Xbox One digitally, you get it on both, right? But ever since the S came out, now it's all about the Ultra HD player. So let me get this straight. You won't go out to the store to buy your favorite gaming franchise, but you'll go out to the store to buy goddamn Deadpool on Blu-ray. Now Blu-rays are important to you. I'm sorry, now Ultra Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays are important to you, but buying the game physical ain't important to you. Okay, that's cool. Microsoft's messaging is screwed up across the board. Your gaming division is promoting buying digital games but physical media. That does not make sense. Now, speaking on that, the Pro does not have an Ultra HD Blu-ray player. Now, Sony came out and said the reason they didn't add that, one reason it drives up the cost of the system, it probably would have been an extra $50 to $100 depending on, I don't know. What they said was they took it out because people are moving towards streaming. And that's the truth. People stream Netflix, Hulu Plus, Amazon Prime Video, goddamn Crackle. I don't know what the fuck y'all dudes be watching at your house, man. But listen, how many people still go out and buy movies on Blu-ray, bro? I even stopped doing it. I used to collect movies and DVDs and TV shows on Blu-ray and DVD. I used to do that. Had about 300 of them. I wasn't no huge collector, but I did my collecting. But I fell out of love with it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But now going back to the store and buying Ultra HDs are a huge deal. And like somebody said, I think with Jay, man, the PS4 Pro not having an Ultra HD player, I mean, is it an issue for me personally? No, it's not an issue for me personally, but I would have liked for it to have that option. But it don't got the option. I ain't tripping off. I won't go buy no Ultra HDs anyway. I wasn't. But that does come to the next issue. Most PS4 Pro games are going to be upscale for 4K, right? Now this is what's funny about the 4K situation. If you've been watching Hard 8 channel for the past week or so, he been arguing with Xbox dudes that, because they were saying TVs cannot upscale the PS4, the regular PS4 into 4K. But Hard 8 was saying, like it was common sense, if it wasn't upscale, it would be in a tiny box in the middle of the screen because it wouldn't have enough pixels to fill it out. So you jump from them not knowing what upscaled was a week ago to now them saying, oh, we need native 4K. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, it don't make sense, bro. It don't. First of all, there's $1,000 GPUs out there right now that cannot do 4K 60 frames max setting. So you want a $400 console to outperform $1,000, $1,200 GPUs. Do y'all realize how fucking crazy y'all sound, bro? And I put this on Twitter, man. Gamers got champagne taste with beer budgets. Ain't no way around it, man. I don't know where that quote originated from. The first time I heard it, it was Lionel Hollins, man, when he coached the Grizzlies. And we had traded Rudy Gay, and he was like, the management got, you can't have champagne taste with a beer budget. It might have came from a movie, music. I don't know where the fuck it came from. Anyway, I love that quote. And I was like, that's basically gamers. They want everything for nothing, bro. That's all it is. You want everything for nothing. Now, if they would have came out yesterday and said PS4 Pro, native 4K, 60 frames locked, but the system goddamn $1,600, niggas would have had the goddamn crying Jordan face with the freakazoid her, bro. Ain't nobody buying that shit, man. And like I said about the Xbox guys, bro, by the time the Neo drop, of course the technology gonna be cheaper. We already been over this, but that system still looking to cost a grandiose amount of money. And all this talking y'all been doing is leading me to I'm just gonna put it out there, man. You have to buy the Scorpio. There's no way around it. All this talking y'all doing, man, you got to show and prove, bro. And like I always say, actions speak louder than words. So I'm listening back to I'm trying to edit the audio, but I did leave out a couple of things I knew I was gonna forget. As far as this upscaling games, native games, Naughty Dog has already came out and stated that, You know how The Last of Us Remastered, it got a mode to where you could either play in locked 60 frames, 1080p, or you can play in 30 frames per second locked, but it has improved shadow quality. Now, if you play in 30 frames per second on the Pro, of course on the appropriate display, it will be native 4K 30 frames locked. And Tomb Raider then came out and said some shit like this too. So all games, even though it's not an Ultra HD drive on the system, some games will be able to be played in native 4K as opposed to upscale 4K, which most current games will be played in. And I think it's gonna be the same thing with the Scorpio, man. But hey, I could be wrong. Anyway, man, I know that was one thing I want to touch on. And I remember I said I was going to mention Colin Moriarty again. But when I was talking about the PlayStation community and how they've been flip-flopping, I was referring to a lot of shit he said that I've also heard other people say. So, man, let me get up out of here, y'all.
Hating ass niggas in the way I tell them move back, cause we be yawning, why y'all yawning? Yeah, we be yawning, why y'all yawning? Getting to the money, early in the morning, why y'all yawning? I woke up like this, tell these super lame bitches to boss up.